We are standing here on the outside patio of our Desert Island project, and there's a really cool feature that we want to show you. And again, because we don't have the power hooked up yet, it's not going to automate, but we will do one later. But at least you can see behind the scenes the planning that went into this. So first and foremost, before we get to this special feature, you're going to see here with the Dens glass, we have these little openings, and you can see our Romex that's hanging out. So we have two over here off of the master, one just over here over the corner slider, and then one here just off of the dining room. These are electric heaters. Now, shockingly, for a lot of people that follow us, they're like, why would you have patio heaters in Phoenix? Well, right now it's the middle of summer, and yes, it's 110 degrees outside, so you really aren't thinking about heat. However, in the winter, we did get snow here, shockingly, on this location, and our net zero build, and some up the street, we got quite a bit of snow. That's pretty uncommon, but it is very common that it gets in the 20s at night, right? It can be mid to high 20s for us, January, February, maybe in part of December. Definitely is in the 30s at night for a lot of, our winter season. It gets pretty cold in the desert. And even we're pretty wimpy here, so when it's 40 degrees, that's still pretty cold for us. So we're gonna have those heaters on. So what's really nice about the heaters that pretty much every client is putting in their home is that they can use this outside area in the winter. A lot of our clients are seasonal, keeping in mind that they're coming from really cold climates. And so in the summer, they're, in their hometown, in their home area where the weather's great, but in the winter, they're back here and, enjoying the beautiful winter. During the day, it's nice and warm, but at night, as it cools down, especially here in the desert, you can keep that a little bit warm. But most importantly, it's entertainment, right? Where we had some earlier videos on the inside about the wine cellar, the bar, the fireplace. This is one of our favorite details. This is a Nexus lift system. And so the whole purpose of the Desert Island is to optimize views. You want to keep this open, you have views. As you can see, because this is modern architecture, we don't have a ton of wall space. There's a lot of windows, right? They're protected. We're protecting all of our windows with large overhangs, for shade and for sun exposure. So there's not really a place where you can install a TV, especially as you're putting, a barbecue out here and you're gonna be entertaining. So how do you solve that? Well, we put in this Nexus, you can see this lift system that's installed in the ceiling here. And essentially with the control of a remote, this entire TV platform drops down and it'll come flush with about here. It'll be free hanging. So if you're in the dining room, you'll see the backside of the TV. But the whole intent is that as this TV drops down, now as you're sitting out here, you're dining, we have our dining area, we have our pool. You could be swimming in the pool, watching a game, watching a sporting event. Again, for us, a lot of our clients are heating their pools. I have a heater in my pool. And so my kids are typically swimming till around Thanksgiving. We'll typically shut that off. Ours is electric. So, around December, it's going to be shut off till about March. But really 9 months of the year, you're swimming with the pool heater. So clients can optimize that. They can use that. And again, football season, March Madness, you're out at the pool, you're watching TV. Again, just an option to think when you're in modern construction, you have limited space, limited wall space. Again, we have a really small truss system. You see it's a flat roof. Again, that's very common in Scottsdale because we don't have a snow load. As I mentioned, when it snows, it'll last maybe a day, but it's not like in Minnesota or other climates where they have to deal with the weight. So flat roofs are common, but there's just enough space, as you can see here, but it had to be planned for and designed, so they did the truss calculations correctly. So stay tuned for this one. It's gonna be really neat.